Alright, I know everyone and their mother is currently talking about this subject, so what new spin do I have to bring to the table? To be completely honest, nothing. I just couldn't restrain myself from talking about this because I am so fucking disgusted, and Boogie2988 is an absolutely deplorable human being. In case you don't know what's going on, yesterday on Boogie's LOLCal Live podcast, political streamer Destiny confronted him about his supposed cancer diagnosis. 2 years ago, Boogie made a video explaining that he has polycythemia, a rare condition in which your body produces too many red blood cells. There's secondary polycythemia, which is non-cancerous, and then polycythemia vera, which is cancerous, and for the past 2 years, Boogie has claimed that the type of polycythemia he has is indeed cancerous. Destiny pointed out some discrepancies with Boogie's claim, like Boogie saying that him taking testosterone helped exacerbate his condition, which taking testosterone can cause polycythemia, however, it causes secondary polycythemia, the non-cancerous version of polycythemia. So now at this point, Boogie is tasked to show off his diagnosis to prove whether or not he has polycythemia vera, but he does not want to do that. It got to the point where Destiny and other content creators like Mudahar and Keemstar offered in total over 50 grand to Boogie to prove that he has cancer. And even still, he was like, no, I'm not gonna show my diagnosis. Which is substantial because like just a week ago, this guy was shamelessly scamming his audience out of $10,000 to invest in a crypto coin that was nothing more than a pump and dump scheme. This was all under the guise of, this is for my medical bills, so don't be mad at me for scamming you out of my money. Trust me, your money was going to a noble cause. And this is what he does every single fucking time he is called out for being a shitbag of a human being. He hides behind his various illnesses, his physical disabilities, and it's like, okay, it sucks that you have all of these ailments, but how does that excuse your shitty behavior? It doesn't. So you would think a guy who has no problem at all scamming his audience out of 10,000 goddamn dollars would lunge at the opportunity to get an easy 50k. After all, he's always claiming that he's broke and drowning in medical debt. He loves to use his poor financial situation to also garner sympathy points online, which maybe, just maybe, if you didn't blow all of your money on crypto, hookers, video games, and other stupid shit, you wouldn't be in the financial situation you're currently in, but anyway. No, he still does not want to prove that he indeed has cancer. He claims that this is the last shred of privacy that he has left, which makes no fucking sense because you were the one who went public with this in the first place. This wasn't leaked against your will. You share every facet of your personal life with the internet because you are so addicted to the idea of people feeling sorry for you, and it worked for years back when you were seen as the quote-unquote Mr. Rogers of YouTube. Ugh. It's like heroin for you. All of those comments you've gotten throughout the years pitying you is like the needle going straight into your veins. So what is so different about this if you truly do have cancer? Oh, but it's my last shred of dignity. You host a show called LOLCal Live. At this point, you have fully embraced the role of being the internet's punching bag, the butt of the joke. Your co-host is another internet punching bag. The entire purpose of your show is for people to point and laugh at you too. Any shred of dignity that you still had on the internet went out the window a long time ago. So factoring all of this in, I cannot conjure up a single reason as to why you would not want to prove that you indeed have cancer, unless you really were lying for 2 years straight. He also says once the seed of doubt is planted, everyone has already made up their minds, so even if I do prove that I really have cancer, people will still say that I'm faking it, so what's the point? And I'm like, who cares if a few idiots are still going to say you're faking your cancer even after providing legitimate evidence pointing to the contrary? It's better than the entire internet seeing you as a lying scumbag who has no problem manipulating his audience to the point where he would fake a cancer diagnosis. If I had something serious like cancer and I chose to disclose that with the public and there were a sector of people doubting my authenticity, I would be screaming from the rooftops that those people are wrong and provide legitimate proof of my ailment, because that's my entire credibility on the line, and it would take a next level piece of shit to lie about something like that, and that's apparently exactly exactly what Boogie2988 is. Boogie claims that after this, he's gonna disappear from the internet, he's not gonna be making videos anymore, he already deactivated his Twitter, which I guarantee you, by this time next week, he's gonna be back on social media. Like I said, he's addicted to people pitying him, he's addicted to any form of attention. He's going to need his fix eventually, and why would he cut off his two biggest sources of attention? Those being his YouTube channel and his Twitter. But by the slim chance that this piece of shit is going to stay off the internet, I say good fucking riddance. How? How could anyone support this guy after it has been essentially proven that he has lied about a cancer diagnosis? Oh, but it hasn't been proven 100%. Tell me, would someone who is really telling the truth run away like this and act this fucking shady? Absolutely not. And again, this is Boogie we're talking about. He would gladly take that 50k plus and prove all of these people doubting him wrong. I know his credibility has been in the toilet for a long time at this point. His channel with over 3 million subscribers, formerly over 4 million, can't even break 30k views per video these days unless he shoves his barely legal girlfriend in the thumbnail. But I have to imagine those like handful of people who still genuinely like Boogie and don't watch his content just to shit on him and watch the train wreck have to draw the line here. Barring like being a child groomer or an abusive partner or a rapist or any other vile thing you could be, this is one of the worst things you could be exposed for. Think of all of the people who saw your video claiming that you have cancer, who felt sorry for you because they might have known someone who succumbed to cancer or was currently battling cancer, or maybe they themselves had the fucking illness. And you had no problem whatsoever with manipulating those people into feeling sorry for you. Absolutely vile, reprehensible, irredeemable piece of shit. If you had any ounce of shame, you would never show your fucking face on the internet ever again. My grandma died of cancer back in 2020. She spent a month wasting away in the hospital before she passed away. My father battled cancer 10 years ago because he was a chain smoker, and unfortunately even after beating cancer, he's still a chimney. A scary amount of people on my mother's side of the family have contracted cancer and even succumbed to cancer. She could get it, my uncles could get it, I could fucking get it someday. And yet you used such an awful illness who has taken so many people's lives and forever changed the lives of the loved ones of those victims for the worse as a vehicle to garner sympathy points online. Go fuck yourself. I really didn't think you could sink any lower, but here we are. Before I close out this video, there's a little update that Keemstar posted on his Twitter that I feel is worth sharing, so here it is. To the best of my knowledge, based on everything I know, Boogie went on steroids that could cause cancer in the blood years ago and was warned of the dangers. 2 years ago, after he lost all of his money in crypto, he went to the doctor and had high red blood cells, indicating that he may have cancer blood. Before he got any confirmation, he rushed to make a YouTube video announcing he had cancer. 2 years later, he still doesn't have confirmation he has cancer, but he's been telling everyone he does and used it for sympathy multiple times, whether it was promoting his crypto scam or asking people to financially support him. Lying about the cancer could be considered fraud. He is scheduled to get a confirmation test to see if he 100% has cancer soon, so ironically, even though he's lied, he may still have cancer. Whole thing is sad as hell. So the best interpretation of Boogie's actions is exactly what Keemstar said. He really does have cancer, but never got an official confirmation that he does have cancer, but still decided to tell the internet that he does have cancer anyway to get sympathy points. So no matter which way you slice this, Boogie is a massive piece of shit who willingly used something as serious as cancer to manipulate what little of a genuine audience he may have left at this point into feeling sorry for him for 2 years. I would say this is the final nail in the coffin for his reputation, but let's be honest, his reputation has been in the grave for a long time at this point. It just sunk even further into the ground. I don't know how you could come back from this. I don't know how you could continue to be a content creator like nothing happened after something like this comes out. But trust me, even though Boogie says now, oh, I'm gonna disappear from the internet, he's gonna try to come back. He's a fucking cockroach at this point, but no one, absolutely no one in their right mind is going to welcome him back with open arms and just forget that he lied for 2 years about having cancer. Or again, best case scenario, he really does have cancer but never got an official confirmation until now, but still told his audience for 2 years that he definitely does have cancer. Again, either way, this dude is a massive piece of fucking dog shit. I don't care what happens to this dude at this point. Anything bad that happens to him from here on out will be him getting exactly what he fucking deserves. That's all I have to say. Bye-bye.